Hi, my name is Kat Karana. I'm making this hopefully short video on behalf of myself only. The words I'm about to speak, they represent my views, so I'm not representing any one of my many groups I belong to. So I've been assisting Jessica Hoyle by building and writing content for her website, creating a mission statement, crafting the statement that you're seeing right there on the screen, hopefully. So who is Jessica Hoyle? Jessica is a young woman, a young lesbian, and she's pursuing the right to have a single sex space in Tasmania. She loves cross-dressing. She wants to run a drag event in way of entertainment and getting lesbians involved in something that's missing in Tas. And because Tasmania has got something called self-identification or self-ID, this is something that prohibits women to meet outside the presence of males. She's been refused the right to have women meet up with other women, to meet for lesbians, to be with lesbians only. So when you look at that statement that I've got on my screen too, there somewhere, I crafted that. I thought about it a great deal and I was putting it together, and as I reflect on it, I just feel so much anger. So I'm having a bit of a rant. So apologies, maybe not. I'm so sick of a state-sanctioned gender identity ideology, a state that puts non-evidenced, non-reality-based, subjective feelings of identity over the sex-based rights of women, sanctioning and promoting this godless religion, a state-based godless religion, through the universities and schools and government and corporate organizations, and doing so through laws and self-identification, seeing removal of parental rights, and transing the gay away conversion therapies that target for-profit LGBT youth, kids on the spectrum, gender non-conforming kids, and we're not fooled. LGBT, we're not fooled that this is anyway representing is like the conversion bans of old. It's got nothing to do with it. Well, this is just homophobic acts done by states like Victoria and Queensland and ACT. And I'm just so sick of the stealthy, dirty way of embedding this gender identity ideology into our culture by stealth through the new diversity and inclusion assessment audits put together by the largest trans lobby in Australia, ACON. Once a really good organisation that did so much good for HIV and has a section that still does good work for HIV. It has this non-evidence-based section that is targeting transitioning youth. So I put together a mission statement for this. One of the key things that is put up there is we are human with either a male or female body with distinct biological functions, each with a unique personality coloured not just by sexual orientation, but by shaded more than just that, by our race, our ethnicity, our religion, our country, our class, our family history, our abilities, our unique individual experiences of life, and our goals. And probably a hell of a lot more than I haven't even thought about. We pursue the right to be fully human, not a gender identity, not limited to gender stereotypes, and all fitted into some business designed pre-packaged gender identities. You think this is organic, you're just kidding yourself. You are not paying attention. Let's keep to the topic because I want to go more, but I'm not. My rant's only on one really key thing. The other point I'm going to highlight on this mission statement is I say, we stand for the right for people to believe any religion or ideology. And believe what you want. However, we stand for the right not to believe another's ideology. We stand against sanctions, legal or otherwise, to impose conformity with gender identity ideology. Our belief should be a matter of choice, not state, not government, or corporate imposition. State-sanctioned gender ideology harms same-sex attracted people. It harms women, it harms children, it removes the rights of women under CEDAW, look it up. It removes the rights of children. People aren't speaking of all the rights. There's at least 7 articles that it contravenes underneath the UN Convention for children's rights. And essentially, one of the key things I want to rant about is this. In this case, with Jessica Hoyle's fighting for right to have a drag king event, it is the only event. It is, in fact, state-sanctioned rape culture that this represents, because the Tasmanian state is prohibiting the freedom of association on same-sex attracted people. They are pressuring homosexuals to conform to heterosexual norms of sexual relations when you insist that lesbians have to have heterosexual males in their dating pools, that we can't exclude from our dating pools heterosexual males when we are homosexual. Heterosexual males at lesbian events are there for sexual conquest, titillation, for unwanted sexual access. They don't belong there because it's a lesbian event. As a lesbian, at this type of event that Jessica is pursuing, I'm sorry, I'm losing my words. It's the first time I've done a podcast type thing. It goes against all the needs and wants of women there, and an essential need for lesbians to have the right to meet with any potential partner, a life partner, not be lonely, have someone they like to share with, who's not going to be male. You know, just have an event where you can relax and enjoy each other's company and safety. I mean, that's just a basic human right, and it is available to others. For heaven's sakes, there's at least 130 plus single male spaces, Freemasons and men's sheds and other organizations like that. But we can't have a single space to hold an event for lesbians only. Yeah. We'll look at another screen. I like this bit of my mission statement that I wrote for Jessica. The notion that a person's self-definition can override the differences between the sexes is an egregious assault on women's rights. I stole it, actually. Came across that on written by Kate for a submission to against the UN SOGI's request for information on gender identity or some of the rubbish. But anyway, what I want to say is Tasmania is engaging in state-sanctioned rape culture. And if you think that's extreme, let's have a look at what's happening in Australia at the moment and the rest of the world. What we're seeing in parts of Australia is that we're seeing the allowing of men into women's prisons. And we've seen through the rest of the world that when you allow men into women's prisons, guess what they do? They rape women. So that's state-sanctioned rape culture. That's enabled by the state. And that whole attitude is permeating Australia culture because of gender identity ideology. State-sanctioned rape culture, when you allow men into places where women are vulnerable in states of undress, like that we spar over in America. State-sanctioned rape culture, when you allow men into rape crisis centers, and heaven forbid if you ever have a male run one. State-sanctioned rape culture, when you ignore the dignity, the feelings and needs of privacy and safety of women and children. When you ignore the right for us to set boundaries on what's permissible or not, for what you do with us, with what you do with our bodies, when you deny by your prohibitions the reality that gays and lesbians are same-sex attracted, that lesbians are attracted to women, not to men. All that means is one thing, is state-sanctioned rape culture. So, got that off my chest. Right.